So in this video I am going to talk about how an orientation process begins in a private college, especially colleges like Sharda University. So I am in Sharda University in Sharda School of Business pursuing BBA, and it's not that much of a reputed course, but I still have an interest in business studies, so I wanted to pursue BBA anyway. So my orientation was in the Chanak auditorium of Sharda University. It was in block 7 and it is the same building where my classes are going to begin very soon, almost I think on 23rd of August, and it was the 5th day of orientation. So orientation is completely like a week kind of thing. So there are 7 days of the orientation, and you have to attend almost all of them at least. That was the our seniors told us. Basically here I am going to discuss what happened in the 5th day of the Sharda University orientation process. So there were 7 basic things that happened in this orientation process. I liked some, I didn't like some, so let's discuss. So hey guys, my name is Kamal Krishna and you have started watching the Streetwire. I am the founder of the Streetwire, and if you like this video, do consider subscribing down below and commenting your questions. I will be answering them all. At least I will try to answer them all. So basically, as I was saying, that there was 7 things that happened to me in the 5th day of the orientation. The first was the alumni meet. So some students that were the alumni of our college came to meet us, to visited the college and talk about how the things are going to be in the next 3 years, and how it worked out for them. They were basically telling their stories and how they made friends and built some things and basically got a job. So they shared their memories, learnings and different types of clubs in our colleges, and also I noticed that none of the people were basically talking about money. So I didn't like that. I don't know why, but people, at least alumni people, should talk about the money and the salary they are getting and the placement opportunities they are getting, because university and especially private university are not that transparent in the money things and the placement they are offering, they will be offering, or the platform they would be offering. So I think we as a freshers expect the alumni to talk about it. Although it was a good session, we get to ask the questions about different clubs and everything, but it was kind of talking about the university thing only. It was good, it was good. And the second thing was the gender sensitivity thing. So basically, what is gender sensitivity? And it became a hot topic there in that auditorium, because there was a kind of debate between the girls and boys that about the gender sensitivity. It's very blurry, you know. Gender sensitivity is a topic that's very blurry, and there's no clear visible lines whether it is wrong or right. So there was a professor who was talking about gender sensitivity and how to behave and respect the other opposite gender, you know, like respect everyone, but especially the opposite gender. She was telling us all sorts of things. But what I think was like the professor was taking this session and was really believing that she was doing a nice thing, but what had happened is like it created a bit of difference between girls and boys and what their thinking are, because as boys our thinking are different. Not all of us, but some boys, especially conservative boys, have a different skill set, different thinkings, and other than liberal boys and especially girls. So I think it was a bit kind of debate, and the professor was basically telling us to tell a story whether we are stereotyped or not. For example, if there was a time we were stereotyped, or they were pushing the girls to talk about the stories that if they are stereotyped or what. But I think like it was a good session. At least the professor heard every one of us. They heard me, and they heard every one of us, and maybe she was not agreeing with all of the things. I really think that you should always hear someone. Like maybe you can work with them, you can agree and disagree with them, but at least hear them. So I spoke at the session, and what I said that I truly believe, like stereotyping is okay, it happens in our society, and discrimination happens in our society, but I still think that pushing someone to talk about it is good. But what I think is talking about it and victimizing yourself are two different things. So some of the girls were telling like I got less opportunity, and even the professors that was the professor and she was talking about her incident, like how her father carved her professional life and how her father influenced her to take specific subjects and basically dictated her to take specific subjects in her professional life. So it happens, it definitely happens. It happened to many of us, not with me, but many of us, and I really feel that. But when we talk about it, many people cross the line and start victimizing themselves. I don't think that's that's right. And I said the same thing to her. Like I said to her that I truly think that you believe in those cause, and you are doing it for a greater thing, and you are really happy to share your experiences with her so that we kind of fight against it. But we should not victimize ourselves. We should not think that because we are a girl we have a lesser chance to make in our society. And that's what I talked, like I told the girls, like basically you are a girl, I think you got much more opportunities than boys of the same age and same skill set in the society to make it, because many companies have a specific criteria for girls employees, and they get more facilities and everything. So I am not saying that they are very privileged, but what I am saying that you don't have a lesser chance to make it in the society. So I don't think that's a good thing to say and victimize yourself. After the session ended, she kind of appreciated me of telling what I really felt, and kind of appreciated this behavior. Like debate is good, sometimes debate is good. So that's what I thought. And the third part of the session, and this is the part of the session that became really intellectual, and I really liked it because to be honest, I am more inclined towards the academic part of the colleges and academic parts of the things, and the intellectual part of the things. Like doing all sorts of activities are good, but we went to college to study, to learn about business and everything. So I think this kind of this part of session was very good. So we talked about Udemy and Coursera. So of course people like us know about Udemy, at least I knew about Udemy and Coursera, but I was really astounded to see how less people were knowing about it. Like people were not even bothering to search Udemy and Coursera before coming to the session, and I think it's a really a problem, because I think Udemy and Coursera are very important, and I knew these platforms beforehand, which was good to see, and it gave me a head start with other students. But I think that this platform really gives you an edge over other students, and whether it's learning marketing or sales or anything you want to be an engineer, to learn code and become a product developer or whatsoever, you can just search the project, you can just search the course, you can pay a little price and get a certificate with all the materials, with all the videos and everything. You can also share that certificate on LinkedIn. So coming to the next topic, LinkedIn. So we talked about LinkedIn in our college. I really liked it, and I really liked that part of the session, because LinkedIn I think is my favorite app, kind of a favorite, because LinkedIn is something you share your intellectual earnings on, and LinkedIn is something you can connect and do all sorts of things. So I obviously know about this social media app beforehand, and I was really amazed like how few people were knowing about it. All of them, almost all of them were on Instagram, almost all of them were on Facebook, but no one was on LinkedIn, and the people who were on LinkedIn were not posting at all. So you can follow us on LinkedIn. You can follow me, the Kamal Krishna, and the Streetwire on LinkedIn. So you can follow us, you can DM us your questions and comments on our posts, so whatever you like. And I think if you are a student, or if you are anyone, if you are a delivery boy to the CEO of that very company, I think you should be on LinkedIn. I really think that LinkedIn really gives you an edge in your professional life. Everybody should be on LinkedIn. If you are not on LinkedIn, I'm so sorry, my friend, you are far behind. Come on LinkedIn, and it will change your vision towards the society, like what other people are doing. It will really make you very aware about the sales and management and engineering, and it will really make you up to date about the industry standards. So coming to industry standards, like industry standards are the things what you are expected to do in an industry, like it's the benchmark of the industry. So basically you are not expected to do less than it. So basically LinkedIn provides you a platform and exposure where you are very much enlightened with the industry standard. So if you want to choose one social media app as a consumer, not as a creator, but like if you want to be a creator, come to YouTube, but that's what I did. But if you want to be a consumer and you can be on only one app, choose LinkedIn. I think you should be on every app, but if you can only have time for one app, choose LinkedIn and use it very wisely, because there's all sort of future in it. You can connect to different people send them connection request, follow them, like their post, comment them, contact them. There are all sorts of mail IDs available in LinkedIn, and I think it's really a good place to find internships. So we will be talking about that in the coming videos also. So especially business students can follow my channel and subscribe my channel. I really appreciate it. LinkedIn basically is an all-round professional development thing. And the other part, that the fifth part of the basically the session was SWAYAM. So SWAYAM is something that really deserves its own video, and I think it's one of the best initiative government of India had taken to benefit the students. So basically it's I will be wrapping it up very closely and very strictly, but if you want a detailed video about it, do comment down below, or I will be posting some other videos some other time. It's like basically a government sponsored Udemy, but it's far more stricter. I will be explaining it in a bit. Like it's far more stricter because you have to literally enroll a course. There's a course starting date and there's a course ending date, and there's a fixed tenure to complete the course. So it's not like you can purchase a course month back and then complete anytime you want, but you have to really, if you want the certificate of SWAYAM, if you really have to complete the course in a fixed tenure of time, enroll it properly, and then fill out every detail, and also complete the examination. So basically there's also examination in these courses, and then you will be getting a certificate. But I think Udemy is better for flexibility, but there's also something SWAYAM offers. So other than courses like graphic designing, web development, research, report writing, and whatever you can have on SWAYAM, and these courses are taught by IIT and IIM professors, or the professors who are direct working in NCERT and something like that. So basically central agency professors and central agency teachers will be teaching you. They are the best in classes, and I think it will be a great opportunity. But what I am talking about is, other than Udemy, there's one edge SWAYAM has. Like, it will offer you credit points. So basically Ministry of Education has some new things coming in, like 75% attendance is very mandatory, and our colleges are implementing it. Basically I am in Sharda, so Sharda University had a older policy of 75% attendance anyway, but many university who didn't have 75% attendance are now implementing it, because it's kind of very necessary, and the Ministry of Education is very clear about it. Like a person should attend the class at least 75 days out of 100 days, and that would be the working days, of course. So SWAYAM gives you credit points. So credit points is like it's basically something you have for completing a course. So if you did a bachelor from some university, so according to the government you have completed a 3 years bachelor course, so it will assign you some credit point, okay, after completing the course through the courses. Because now if you complete 1 year of course, they will give you a certificate, 2 years of course they will give you a diploma, and 3 years of course they will give you a bachelor's. But after each year, after some tenure of time, you will be assigned some credit points. So that was SWAYAM is. If you do something on SWAYAM, you will get credit points by the Ministry of Education, which you can use in some other courses. Like you can use that credit points to enroll in some other course or whatsoever. That you don't get in Udemy. Okay, Udemy you get something you can share on LinkedIn, and Udemy is really great, very flexible, and you can learn from good professors all around the world. But with SWAYAM you get credit points, so it's your opportunity. I like to choose I think Udemy anyway, but you know, it's your choice. And then coming to the last two things of the session, it was the ethical values of the session. Like the sixth thing was the ethical values. So basically this was the second last part of the session, and here we are taught about the ethical values of the session, like what we are expected to do as a person in the society, and basically simple bookish like thing, like we are expected to help somebody, we are expected to help some elderly person cross the road and whatsoever. So yeah, every person is expected to do that, and basically it's like making you a better person. So our university is trying to make us a better person. I think they are doing a pretty good job at that. So coming to the last part of the session, it was like, I think, one of the most important part of the session, other than the LinkedIn and the Udemy courses, and it really got me thinking, like private universities are talking about Udemy and Coursera, which is a very good thing. So I think everyone should learn their skills from Udemy and Coursera, and everyone should be on LinkedIn, connecting people, creating content, consuming content, good content, especially with their niche. and everything. So the seventh part of the session, which is the I think the last part of the session, is work ethics. So basically here there was a professor who was basically telling us what to expect in a corporate life. And the best thing about this session was the professor was a corporate employee before coming into the teaching line. So it was kind of good, because someone who had a previous experience teaching us the same thing is far more better than someone just having a bookish knowledge. I would be very impressed if some professor would be teaching me business analytics if he or she had a job in some corporate as a business analytic person. So that would be great. So here we were taught what the corporate life look like. There were long hours, of course, and little breaks, and what to expect, like ethical, what you are expected to do in a corporate life. So yeah, it was an interesting session. And the work ethic part also includes something like not to steal someone's work and give equal credits to everyone, and there's pay disparity too, we talked about that also. So basically it was the last part of the session, and it was kind of an interesting session. So this was my orientation session, and I will be sharing much more learnings from my colleges and everything in this channel and the Streetwire. And I would really appreciate you if you checked out our short section. So basically in the short section we do street interviews where we ask people what they do for a living, and we talk about money, basically how the industries are paying well or they are not paying well, or what's the entry level salary, the exit level salary, and the growth opportunity, or what certificates you can do to get into a job. So if you are confused, I highly recommend you to check the short section of this very channel, and you can subscribe to our other channel also. We got a podcast, so we talk to people about all sorts of life and about all industries. We already did 3 episodes in that, and there will be much more episodes coming very soon. And I think I had completed everything that I could in this video. And about the orientation session, I will be uploading much more video. Thanks for watching this video, and you can also follow us on social media. The link is in the bio. Thank you for being at the end. I really appreciate you if you subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.